going forward, we ain't punting. Then headed straight to that track. Say you that work, then still it back. I'm just venting on every track. Check the resumes, all facts. Man, no cap, we really into that. Was losing in life, had to take control. Sun on the way with no place to go. Damn, let me hit up one of these hoes. Don't judge, that's the way it goes. Trying to grind for 100 mil. The devil said, let's make a deal. Got me leaning on a half a pill. Spent hella nights on a mission, bro. Try to tell them, but they ain't listen though. Put overtime in that kitchen beat. The pots of pants, they sick of me. Suckers hate, he can't get rid of me, can't get rid of me. Yeah. These niggas wanna see me fall. Praying on my downfall, they don't wanna see me ball. Never, but I'm a different type of nigga. I was taught to just go get it. I'm just grinding. Me and my niggas came along with muscle, came along with struggling. I ain't lying, I ain't bluffing. I ain't come this way for nothing. Did it all on my own. Y'all can't give me that throne. Tell my niggas we on. Tell my niggas we on. Came along with muscle.
Atlanta rise up. Gervonta Davis press conference live tomorrow here in the ATL. Man, I'm looking forward to it. He's taking on Yuriorkis Gamboa. I mean, this is gonna be a good. This is good for boxing. This is good for a lot of things, man. And I know a lot of people right now is probably hating on the fact that like he's fighting Yuriorkis Gamboa, but man, this is still a good quality fight. If you ask me, it's a good quality fight. Then on top of that, this is good for the city of Atlanta itself. This is good for the city. Ask yourself, when was the last time Atlanta had a huge boxing event outside of the local boxing events that we have? But when was the last time? 1998? Seriously. Then ask yourself, then in 1998, a lot of people probably don't even know who was fighting during that time frame. That's how long it's been since boxing has been popping, like back in Atlanta. For real. And a lot of people think I'm playing. I ain't playing. Like, that's how long it's been. 1998 since we had something of some significance. A fight of some significance. You could go all the way back to, as far as on the championship side, this is the first world championship boxing event in Atlanta since Evander Holyfield and Vaugh Bean, all the way back in September 19th, 1998. So that alone lets you know that it's been a long time coming since we had an event of this magnitude in the boxing world. It's been a long time. And now that it's back, man, the city got to rise up. I feel like the city got to rise up and got to support, because not only are you supporting Gervonta Davis, but you're supporting all the local fighters here as well. All the local fighters are being supported too as well. And what I mean by that is it's bringing light to boxing here. It's bringing much more of a light of boxing here. And then how I know it's going to be even better, Top Rank. A lot of people don't even notice. This is probably news that your local boxing industries and channels are even sharing with you. But Atlanta still have 2 more boxing events that's coming back to Atlanta from Top Rank. 2. And I bet you a lot of people didn't know that. But it's Gervonta Davis is setting the trend, right? And the city gotta show up and support, because this is just good for boxing, period. This is another market. This is a beautiful market to tap into. A lot of people saying, well, boxing is not going to be able to thrive in Atlanta. Are you kidding me? Why? It's full of stars. We got a city that's packed with stars that's gonna definitely come out and support. The same thing, the city always turns up when it and then just when you go to local fights alone, how packed the local fights be. I remember going to Buckhead Fight Club fights when you had Eric Moon main events, you know what I'm saying? He had them packed out, you know? Like packed out events. Maybach Hot having packed out event at Georgia World Congress Center. Main event, the city showing up in support. So therefore, I know with an event of this magnitude that the city can still show up and show out. You have to. I mean, it's there's no other way. I don't see it being no other way. I mean, I'm excited, man. I don't know what other. I mean, even the fights. I'm excited that he's fighting Yuriorkis Gamboa. I'm looking forward to seeing how he knocks him out. But I mean, Gamboa was at once Gamboa, like Andre Ward said. When Gamboa was Gamboa, a lot of people was saying that Gamboa was the next Floyd when he was Gamboa. So all of a sudden now, since Gamboa had took the loss to Crawford, right, and he then took a couple of fights that probably wasn't up to a lot of people's probably top list as far as like fights that they will be willing to watch. But I mean, damn, I mean, come on. It wasn't too long ago before Gamboa was Gamboa now. Like, let's stop the madness. He's still a good quality opponent. And then even after that, like look, if you tuning in right now, smash the like button, please. It helps with the visibility of the show. But I'm finna raise some good points as it pertains to Gervonta Davis, period. And what it is that Gervonta Davis may, like, the path that Gervonta Davis is on right now is a hell of a good path. Like, I like what they're doing with him. Like, a lot of people want to sit here and say, well, Gervonta Davis is being in Mayweather's witness protection program, and it's all kind of absurd things, right, that are out there. All kind of absurd things. Haters that are out there. And I'm like, what is the reason for you saying that he's in a witness protection program when you know he's being set up to be a pay-per-view star? And you know, in order to be a pay-per-view star, you have to do what? Fight the best, right? Because there's no way we're going to sit here and consistently say that, oh, Gervonta Davis is going to be the next star and he's fighting no one. Y'all got to stop, man. The kid is on a path that is a really good path. Like, Mayweather Promotions is handling him well, if you ask me. I think the timing is perfect because you got Leo Santa Cruz moving up in weight, right? He's willing to move up to 135 and face Gervonta Davis next. And he already called out Tank next already. So, I mean, how can it don't get no better than that with you already knowing what lies ahead for Gervonta Davis, given the fact that he knocks out Yuriorkis Gamboa. But I mean, so think about this. What Leo Santa Cruz showed you on this past weekend, right, against Miguel Flores, do you think it's enough? Like, do you think it's enough right now to where you could call an upset with Gervonta Davis and Leo Santa Cruz? Based on his last performance. Based on what you just saw from Leo, and you know what it is that a guy like Gervonta Davis brings to the table, do you think Leo did enough to show you against Miguel Flores that if he moves up to 135 and faces Tank Davis, that he could cause some issues? How many people believe that right now Gamboa can cause issues for Tank? How many people think Gamboa can cause issues right now for Tank? Because I don't. I think the fight, I'm looking forward to seeing what Gamboa looked like on tomorrow. Only reason why I say that is because, like, I mean, he just don't talk much, right? Like, when you go back and you look at Gamboa, man, I remember the aggressive spirit, that guy had prior to him fighting Terrence Crawford, right? I mean, come on, he had 50 Cent walking him out, like 50 was behind him heavy, and he walk in the ring and Crawford like gives him that work switch, hit the switcheroo on him and go southpaw with it, like, and then the guy just, I don't know. After that, 50 no longer did. It was just like Gamboa just went away. But Gamboa had also bounced back. Gamboa bounced back. And what I mean by Gamboa bouncing back was Gamboa bounced back in a sense of this kid, Gamboa, basically showed you that, hey, even with me losing, right? That there could potentially be some things that I could upset as a fighter, and look at the opportunity he's getting. Gamboa could still, shake up some things in the boxing world right now. If he, say for instance, he defeats Gervonta Davis on December the 28th, who knows? Like, I'm not saying that he is, because I don't think it's going to happen, but we can't, I mean, it's boxing, right? He has a puncher's chance, right? Like, Tyson Fury was talking crazy today, saying how he'll give Wilder that work, and Wilder's only looking for one punch. But I'm saying, like, this is boxing, right? Is that not all you need? It's just that one punch? I mean, did Deontay Wilder not show us that? But this is I don't know, man. Like, I just be trying to figure it all out. Like, I just be trying to figure out, like, how is it that some certain people, like, people say certain things, right? And they don't have no clue, them darn selves, as to what it is that they just be saying. Like, a lot of people just spew stuff out their mouth. Just like I heard outside of people saying that Tank don't fight anyone, right? Or he hasn't fought anyone. And I'm like, well, how can you say that when, look at his age, right? Look at what he did, right? Look at what he did. When he went over, look, how many fighters at Gervonta Davis's age would have been able to go over and do what it is that he did and win a world title? And win a world title. How many? It's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. And a lot of people say a lot of things, but how many fighters? Because I don't know of any. How many fighters go over there at his age? I'm talking about at his age. And do what he did. And win by knockout in stunning fashion. I don't know, I just be trying to figure. I mean, that's just some stuff I just be trying to figure it out. I be wanting to know. But at the end of the day, tomorrow, y'all know what it is. Press conference here November 26th. Doors open at 11:30. It's going to be open to the public at the Republic Lounge at 990 Brady Avenue, Northwest Atlanta. It's going to be interesting just to be able to see the narrative behind this fight, because we know what's going to be set up for early 2020 with the Leo Santa Cruz fight, which is going to be huge. It's going to be a pay-per-view event. And I wouldn't be surprised if like a lot of talk about Leo wouldn't happen on tomorrow. I wouldn't even be surprised by that, because for one, Leo moving up in weight already at 130, and then to take another fight moving up in weight again to 135. I mean, would be crazy, and you know it's gonna come with a payday, right? Got to. And I think, and if you ask me, I think that fight alone is going to be in Staples Center because of the fan base that Leo Santa Cruz can bring and sell out Staples. Easy. And you know Staples will be perfect for it because you just came off the KSI Logan Paul, which was a sold out event. It's gonna get crazy though. I know there's gonna definitely be a lot of talk about the Leo Santa Cruz Gervonta Davis matchup, or possibly Gary Russell in the near future. I mean, he's definitely been in the news talking a whole lot of trash as it pertains to Gervonta Davis, but you know, these fighters though have yet to move up. You know, it's funny, and the reason why I use the word clout so much is because if you're not in the division, right, and you ain't doing nothing to show that you willing to move up in weight, then hell, you searching for clout at this point. If you Gary Russell, anybody who you name outside of your division in a rematch with Lomachenko, that's really who you should be calling out right now. Not once have I heard Gary Russell say he want a rematch with Vasily Lomachenko. And if I'm wrong, somebody please tell me if I'm wrong, but I haven't heard that. So me sitting up here saying that Gary Russell, Tank probably look at Gary Russell as a joke. That's just being real. But I mean, I don't know. These guys, I just want them to move up, move to a different weight class, move up. Like Leo Santa Cruz, do what Leo is doing. I mean, come on. Like, Leo is about to be moved up 2 weight divisions in a matter of 12 months. If this fight with Gervonta Davis happens from Leo fighting in November to after this fight with Yuriorkis Gamboa December 28th, early 2020, which will be within a 12-month frame, Leo Santa Cruz would have been moved up 2 weight divisions, right? Conquered a title at 130 and will be going to go conquer another title at 135 when he go and face Tank at 135. Because Tank is not going to come back down to 130 to face Leo Santa Cruz at all. And the only reason I say he would probably do that, he wouldn't even do that. I don't think he's going to come down in weight. It's going to be more of Leo coming up to 135, facing Gervonta and making a hell of a fight, pay-per-view matchup. I mean, that's going to be crazy. And I want to know what the people going to say then, what the trolls going to say then outside of Tank ain't fighting nobody then. What they going to say? Because even now, you still got people not even giving Wilder credit after Wilder did what he did. To this day, Wilder's still not going to get credit for knocking out Ortiz. You still got people that's I kid you not. I have a friend of mine who me and him go back and forth all the time. He discredited Deontay Wilder so bad to where he was like, this is where you know these people be searching for clout. Like they really be just saying shit just to be like trying to raise some attention, right? So Wilder had some tickets that was going for like $1,000. So I get a message saying that Wilder tickets that was 1,000 just went for 100. And I'm like, oh, okay, then whatever. Like, people just, just saying shit because they feel like he's not going to do numbers. And all in all, we all know that, hell, if you went back and you look at just the event alone, PBC, Wilder did 2.2 million. Him and Ortiz did 2.2 million in just fight camp. So if they did 2.2 million views in just fight camp, Translate that to pay-per-view buys, which we know is definitely probably not going to see at least 2.2 million in pay-per-view buys, but it could damn near hit at least close to a mil, maybe. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. It was a sold out event, packed house. Wilder's popularity is through the roof right now. And it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same thing for Gervonta Davis. It's the same path. Like, look at the trend of Al Heyman fighters that is getting ready to basically take over and become new faces of boxing. New faces of boxing. And this is why I say everybody's on that Canelo train. But I'm gonna tell you how Canelo is diminishing. And these young stars, and Deontay Wilder is really truly the face of boxing. Look at the popularity rise. Another viral video, another viral knockout of Wilder. Look, you go back and look at the Tyson Fury knockout. It's still a classic knockout. Everything that's happening right now with Deontay Wilder is on the rise, and it is trending extremely hot right now. And then even after this weekend, if Joshua is able to clip Ruiz and knock out Ruiz, you know how much of a mega fight, even with Joshua still losing. Because a lot of people say, well, with Joshua losing to Ruiz, like, who's going to really want to see the rematch? Or not the rematch, who's really going to want to see the match with him and Joshua? Hell, people still going to want to see that. And that fight will still do numbers. Or you could just take the Ruiz fight. Just Ruiz alone will still do numbers. And I was tripping today when you had Tyson Fury come out and saying that he would beat Wilder like with ease or whatever. Like, he ain't had nothing to worry about. And I'm like, really, dude? Like, after you fought Wilder, you went, who was the #1 heavyweight pound for pound, you go and face a fighter who is ranked 61 in the world. And he cuts your ass up like a razor. In which the fight should have been stopped, period. So you really should have took a L that night. But it was by the grace of God that, like, they let the fight continue. And you want to sit up here and say, you want to sit up here and keep trolling like Wilder, like, knowing that man came off an 11-week injury where he broke his forearm prior to fighting you. He didn't train. He didn't spar at all. No, he only trained 2 weeks for your ass. He ain't even spar. So a healthy Deontay Wilder, on top of him being in shape, like he told everybody on PBC, like he just came out of camp and he's about to go in camp again to face Fury. And it's not going to be good for him. But I love the path and the popularity and the rise that has happened with Deontay Wilder. And all I'm saying is, you already got the popularity and the rise happening with Gervonta Davis. So imagine how much more of this popularity and rise happen once he starts tapping into the Mexican industry, when he faces a guy like Leo Santa Cruz. People are not looking at the path of how these fighters are taking really and truly, like, this is going to be almost like a Mayweather blueprint of how Floyd is going to move Gervonta. And it starts here in Atlanta, like, for real. This is the starting point right here. This is the end of Gervonta Davis fighting fighters who everybody say, well, this is a scrub. He's this, or he's been under a rock. This type of fighter, this, because every fight on after this is pay-per-view worthy. Any fight that you throw at Tank right now after the Yuriorkis Gamboa fight and after he fight Leo Santa Cruz is pay-per-view worthy. So I ain't mad at the route that they took. and if you're a promoter, are they not moving Devin? Look at what they're doing with Devin. Just watch how closely they work with Devin. Remember Tank when Tank first won his title? Now let's see how Devin is being moved since he has his title. Let's see how many people say, well, you know, after how many times he defend his title, let's see how many people say, well, he's not fighting nobody. See, that's where a lot of the unevenness comes about, when you have certain fans who may say one thing about a fighter, but they don't even say the same thing about another fighter who's doing the exact same thing. All day long, you got Canelo. All day long, you have Canelo doing what? Cherry picking and picking fighters who it is that he may want to face. And then he catch them at like perfect times, right? Like he catches them like Kovalev. Like he caught Kovalev coming up for the yard fight immediately. Like you really ain't even got no chance to rest or nothing, bro. Like bounce back in this thing with a rehydration clause. See what I'm saying? So it's things like this that's like, man, look at how these fighters are operating and how they being shrewd criminals about. Like I feel like Canelo move is a shrewd criminal move, man. Like, bro, I can't buy that fucking knockout for nothing with Kovalev. And a lot of people still to this day call me crazy, but I'm like, dude, you can't call me crazy on something that not just me seen it. Like it was more than just me who saw it. You had multiple people who seen it. So if multiple people is seeing the same thing, what does that tell you? And that is the point that I'm trying to make. That's the point I'm trying to make. You know, but people call me crazy. You know what I'm saying? They tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, but I be telling them all day long, like, bro, I know what I'm talking about. And if I didn't know what I was talking about, then I wouldn't be. If I didn't know what I was talking about, nothing that I would say wouldn't make any kind of sense at all, period. It'd just seem like I'm just spewing nothing but BS. And this is far, far beyond this is far beyond what a lot of people may think. Far beyond that. So, I mean, call it what you want, but at the end of the day, I just want to know who's going to be completing the rest of this card. As far as the fights, hopefully we will be able to get the rest of this entire fight card on tomorrow, because I really want to know who's all fighting. Like, I see other people saying that they're fighting, but then when you go to BoxRec and pull up their names, like, you don't even see an opponent as of yet. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm waiting like everybody else to see like how this card plays out and how it unfolds. But at the end of the day, you know, I ain't gonna hold y'all much longer. This was just a quick video where we, you know, talked about the press conference, and tomorrow definitely going to be covering the press conference for everyone on tomorrow. Live interviews, everything, all of that on tomorrow. So definitely be checking that out and looking forward to that. But this is going to be crazy, y'all. This is going to be an awesome event. I hope the city really truly turn up and show out. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta, this is something that you don't get often. So now that we got something like this, you know what I'm saying? Let's show them what we made of. Because when Atlanta put on events, that's what a lot of people got to understand. Like when we had the Super Bowl, right? The city was commended very well for when we had the Super Bowl here. And then let's not sit here and act like Atlanta haven't been hosting like big events at all, period. And I'm not finna sit here and act like Atlanta hasn't been hosting big events, period. But at the same time, you know, Atlanta hasn't hosted a biggie boxing event, period. And this ain't, and the reason why I consider it a big boxing event, because this is a boxing star. Tank is a star. So yeah, it's a big event. So Atlanta ain't had one like this. So since 1998, when Evander Holyfield fought your boy. But, you know, at the end of the day, like we always say, hopefully everybody come out tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. It's open, free to the public, in which I think a lot of people will come out on tomorrow. It's going to be crazy, and I'm really just looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. So definitely, man, thank you for everybody who tuned in. Hopefully I'm able to get some things going, man, because today, I don't know, man, today just, even my day ended up panning out to be a really good day. And I'm about to, I definitely got to take this call right quick. But guys, this is going to be crazy. Please make sure you guys tune in, man, on tomorrow. If you're not able to make it to the event, please tune in tomorrow for the fight. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Make sure you tune in live, whether it's on Showtime. I'm sure Showtime is going to stream the press conference on tomorrow. So tune in to Showtime. You could check us out on Instagram. It will definitely be live streaming from our Instagram channel on tomorrow. So definitely be looking out for that. And it's going to get crazy. Y'all hear me? It's going to get crazy. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. And I hope everybody else is looking forward to it as well. So this your boy, JSN Boxing, man. I'm signing out. Peace.
Popping them tags, Finny on me, that's drippy though. VVS with the white cell. Niggas ain't really drippy though. Count hundreds, boy, I need some more. Spent the check in that Louis store. 100 bands on 100 bands. I'm getting money, you ain't getting dough. Counting that cash, popping them tags, Finny on me, that's drippy though. VVS with the white cell. Niggas ain't really drippy though. Count hundreds, boy, I need some more. Spent the check in that Louis store. 100 bands on 100 bands. I'm getting money, you ain't getting dough. I'm running it up, it's a new order. Drip nasty like Flint water. Fresh to death and these more jealous. Catch a shot, need a Paul Bearer. Niggas hate just to see you winning. Kill them that finna give me the sins. They send me off to that Gucci camp. They send me a kite with a Louis stamp. No cap, but my flex legit. Wrist frozen, Elson on my wrist. Grimy nigga, I don't have no pics. If it's by the dollar, then we on that shit. Time is money, I got